Before you meet with the Illusive Man, we need to ask a few questions to evaluate your condition.
Why are my scars
Miranda,
glowing?
more
That's my
tests.
question.
Shepard took down those mechs without any trouble. That has to be good enough.
It's been 2 years since the attack. The Illusive Man needs to know that Shepard's personality and memories are intact. Ask the questions.
And this personality quiz is going to determine that?
This is a waste of time. I feel as good as ever.
The sooner we start, the sooner we can be done. Start with personal history.
Okay. Records show you were a colony kid. Lost your parents when slavers hit Mindwar.
That's right. That's my background.
You enlisted and you survived a Thresher Maw attack that wiped out the rest of your team.
Also
Do
correct.
you remember that?
Yes, that was the colonist and sole survivor background, respectively. I think it's a really good start for Shepard. Personally, from a storytelling point of view, I enjoy it.
I lost a lot of friends that day. Going through something like that changes you. It can break you if you let it.
One thing I don't like is the
I
sharp
read the
thing
report.
that happens with
50
the
Marines
cheeks.
died in a cruise. You were the only one who lived.
That's right.
Satisfied, Miranda?
Why would she be?
Almost. Let's try something more recent. Vermeer, where you destroyed Saren's cloning facility. You had to leave one of your squad behind to die in the blast.
Lieutenant Caden Alenko was killed in action. It was your call. Why did you leave him behind?
It was a predetermined choice.
I left a friend to die that day, and I didn't do it casually. But I had to save as many people as I could. Caden gave his life for the rest of the team. Without him, I couldn't have stopped Saren.
You see on his far
died of
cheek that little
I
sharp
understand,
thing that sticks out of
And I
his
wasn't
cheekbone.
judging your decision. Everybody at Cerberus knows
That always
cloning
bugged me,
facility had to be
but
destroyed.
whatever.
Shepard, think back to the Citadel, after the Alliance saved the Destiny Ascension and you killed Saren. What happened next?
That happened very recently. The memories of that fantastic heroic sequence are fresh in my mind. Are they giving me a chance to, like, undo my choice from the first game? Be serious.
Humanity was offered a spot on the council. I recommended Captain Anderson for the position.
Captain Anderson.
Yes, Captain Anderson is now Counselor Anderson.
Mm.
Though from what I hear, he preferred life in the military.
Still, good to know that the human council member isn't going to put politics ahead of defense.
Your memory seems solid. There are other tests we really should run.
Come on, Miranda. Enough with the quizzes. The memories are there, and I can vouch for Shepard's combat skills personally.
I suppose you're right. We'll have to hope the Illusive Man accepts our little field test as evidence enough.
And he will whether he likes it or not. Nice base, Illusive Man. Series of randomly assembled shapes.
The Illusive Man is waiting for you in the other room.
Okay. What are these people doing? Is this the same skybox as before?
I wouldn't keep the Illusive Man waiting.
I'm going to. Because I don't care what the Illusive Man wants, really.
The Illusive Man is waiting for you in the other room.
Uh-huh. Armor locker. Customize armor. What's our casual appearance here? Ooh. Generic science. This is what I was talking about in Mass Effect 1. There's just some random, like, terrorists or thugs or crazy people or some enemy type or potential enemy in Mass Effect 1 that has this clothing. And they just repurposed it for Shepard. Because a sleeveless short vest. That's stylish. This is not bad. I mean, it's befitting. It's a bit of a more of a formal thing. Well, we're going to stay with the basic stuff, to be honest with you. Armor-wise, we are going to... We do have some alternative armors. This is the Cerberus armor. It gives you heavy weapon capacity plus 10%, shields by 10%, health by 10%. So it's just tougher. And in this game, armor doesn't really have like armor values. It just has bonuses, and you have to pick the bonuses that you want. Cerberus armor is not bad looking. It looks pretty good. You can still see the Shepard's face inside there. And it is the right color scheme. It's black and yellow. Black and gold. So white doesn't feel too bad in that. But what else do we have here? Let's the Collector Chitin armor. Cerberus adapted this suit out of salvage collector technology. At this stage, we don't know who the collectors are, but apparently I can look like one of them if I want to. I don't know why I'd want to. What does this give us? Regeneration bonus plus 10%, storm speed plus 10%, health plus 20%. A bunch of stuff that I don't care about. We'll go with our standard armor. Helmet. Well, we're going to put a helmet on because it gives us plus 5% health. We're not going to put on the full rebreather helmet because I still want to see my character's face. We do have this Kestrel helmet. By the way, I have like a lot of DLC. And with a lot of this DLC comes a lot of weapons and armor stuff. This is one of the goofier looking weapon armor pieces right here because you can't see like your eyes. It does give you plus 5% headshot damage, plus 3% weapon damage, plus 3% shields. It's actually better, I think, than plus 5% health. I mean, we can go with this, I guess. It looks goofy, but it is actually like officially better. Because 3% shields is not much worse than... It's actually... 3% shields is probably more useful than 5% health in many ways. Increasing weapon damage, I like that. And increasing headshot damage, I like that. We're going to go with this for now. I may change it later just for fashion's sake. And we'll take it from there. Still here, Bunny? I'm glad to hear it, man. I hope you're enjoying it too. N7 chestplate. Increased power damage by 3%. Not bad. Kestrel. Increased melee damage by 10%, don't care. Increased weapon damage by 5%, do care. Shield strength by 3%, do care. We're taking that. That's better. N7 shoulder guards, weapon damage by 3%. I like it. Or shields and melee. I mean, shields by 8%. Or weapon damage by 3%. 8%'s a lot, relatively speaking, for what you get in this game. I don't know, man. That's actually a lot. Versus 3% weapon damage? I might take that, actually. N7 gauntlets, 3% health, or these gauntlets, which seem like thicker in general. Shields by 3, melee damage by 10, weapon damage by 3. Once again, that's health by 3 versus that by 3. I think that's better. And legs, shield strength plus 3. Oh, there's more. Oh yeah, that's the colors. Okay. Versus shields by 8. I'm sorry. Shield strength plus 3 or shield strength plus 8. I mean, it's already better. And then the heavy weapon capacity is irrelevant. There's a 5% boost in shields between these two armors. So already I've gone basically for the entire Kestrel armor kit. Just by looking at it piece by piece, it's just systematically better than the base armor. So, what are we going to do here? Where can I customize my lights is the real question. Why can I not customize the lights? Can I not customize the lights? Am I forever cursed with blue lights? That sucks, dude. Is that the real true downside of the Kestrel armor? The blue lights? Oh my goodness, I'm so sad. Like, for real, why isn't there a way to change these light colors? Because if I go back to the regular armor, I don't have all these lights and I can just fully control the colors the way that I want. But, I mean, come on, man. Come on, man. Fine. Fine. We'll go with some shiny armor. This looks like some gleaming armor right here. I like that. We'll start with that. We might change this over time. Ooh, that looks good. That dark red. You know, there's ooh, black. Just pure black. Look at that. Sexy. And then this color should be... This is orange. This is kind of a gold color. And pattern. You know what I might do? So this sort of a gray camouflage kind of color with the gold accents and unfortunately the blue lights. I really would like to get rid of these blue lights, but I don't think I can. And I think, if I'm honest, this is just going to be the best armor for a large part of the game. What if we did this and went with that? Do I like that? I don't think it's necessary, to be honest. I think I like the other way better. How about something like this? No, I like this better. Alright, so this is black with some dark gray and gold. How's that look? For some reason, this mission is all washed out. Like, there's just like less saturation. But according to the armor customization, this is black and gold, so we're going with it. Illusive Man. Let's talk.
Commander Shepard.
Illusive Man. I thought we'd be meeting face to face.
Unnecessary precaution. Not unusual for people who know what you and I know.
You might be the reason I'm still alive, but that doesn't mean I trust you.
You need to put your personal feelings aside. Humanity is up against the greatest threat of our brief existence.
The Reapers.
Good to see your memory's still intact. How are you feeling?
Let me know, by the way, if the game audio is at a good level for these conversations. There's a balance that we want to hit between the fight audio, the levels of the audio when we're in combat, and the levels of the audio when we're in conversation.
You need to earn the right to ask me those kinds of questions.
Cerberus isn't as evil as you believe.
Really?
You and I are on the same side. We just have different methods.
Your methods are
Cut
pretty
to the
wrong, dude.
chase. What are the Reapers doing that made you decide to bring me back?
We're at war. No one wants to admit it, but humanity is under attack. While you've been sleeping,
I think you're right, Bunny. It is an
entire
option
colonies have
somewhere.
been disappearing.
I'll go get that option.
We believe
I think it looks a bit goofy here in conversations without it, but there's a goofiness to him taking it on and off all the time,
You bested all
off
of them.
camera.
That's just one reason we chose you.
Cerberus is garbage, dude.
Fighting a war doesn't seem like Cerberus.
Yeah, you seem like a bunch of
Why are
mad
you
scientists and
We're
evil
committed
people
to the advancement and preservation of humanity.
at all
If
costs.
the Reapers are targeting us, trying to wipe us out, Cerberus will stop them. If we wait for politicians or the Alliance to act, no more human colonies will be left.
Dude, what are you talking about? Because politicians and the Alliance did act, we averted a Reaper invasion in the last game.
You could have trained an entire army for what you spent to bring me back.
You're unique, not just in ability or what you've experienced, but in what you represent. You stood for humanity at a key moment. You're more than a soldier. You're a symbol. And I don't know if the Reapers understand fear, but you killed one. They have to respect that.
If this is a threat against humanity, you need to mobilize the Alliance.
They suffered substantial losses fighting Sovereign. They're rebuilding, still stretched too thin to waste resources verifying the Reaper threat. Blaming the abductions on mercs and pirates is easier and more convenient.
Some of this justification is a bit weak.
Sovereign was trying to harvest all life in the galaxy. Why would the Reapers target a few human colonies?
Hundreds of thousands of colonists have vanished. I'd say that fits the definition of harvesting. Nobody's paying attention because it's random, and the attacks occur in remote locations. I don't know why they've suddenly targeted humanity. Maybe you got their attention when you killed one of them.
Like, I know because the game developers had the desire to make this game where Shepard was like out in the fringes of civilization, sort of in the rougher part of the galaxy, working in a morally ambiguous space. They had to come up with some reason why he would abandon the Alliance. Not abandon, but like sort of work without the Alliance and work with Cerberus instead, who were just a bunch of assholes in the first game that shot at me at every possible occasion. I haven't even talked to a Cerberus person because every time I've met a Cerberus operative at this point, they've been shooting at me. At least until I woke up in that station. But, I mean, at least they gave us, like, some things to talk about before making us accept that we're working with Cerberus.
If what you say is true, if the Reapers are behind this, I'd consider helping you.
I'd be disappointed if you accepted any of this without seeing for yourself. I have a shuttle ready to take you to Freedom's Progress, the latest colony to be abducted. Miranda and Jacob will brief you.
Miranda killed Wilson in cold blood. Jacob's just a gun for hire. You expect me to trust them?
Wilson was one of my best agents, but he was a traitor. Miranda did exactly what I expected of her, and she saved your life in more ways than one. Jacob's a soldier, one of the best.
Not really.
He's never fully trusted me, but he's always been honest about it. You'll be just fine with them. For now.
One of them's good, the other one not so good. Jacob, not really that useful. Miranda, extremely useful.
Is this a volunteer job, or am I being volunteered?
You always have a choice, Shepard. If you don't find the evidence we're both looking for, we can part ways. But first, go to Freedom's Progress. Find any clues you can. Who's abducting the colonies? Do they have any connection to the Reapers? I brought you back. It's up to you to do the rest.
Ooh, we leveled up. Got some experience, got some journal entries. What else? More journal entries. Codex is updated on Freedom's Progress. Whatever. So just as I was watching that cutscene, I had a thought about an adjustment that I might prefer, which is to do that and go to this pattern and go to that. I mean, that might look better. It might look more appropriate for black and gold BMMU colors. Maybe. It looks a bit awkward still. Instead of doing that, what about this? Finish your 2 glasses of beer and now you're on to wine. Finish glasses of wine and now you're on to beer. I've actually finished my whiskey, my shot of whiskey here. I might reload and keep pressing onward. This white color is not bad for complementing the color scheme that I'm going with in general. I mean, look, we'll try what I originally went with, I guess, and then we'll take it from there. We'll just go with straight black and yellow without that camo effect thingy that we were talking about, that I was trying before. I think it's fine. Let's talk to these 2 people.
The Illusive Man is very impressed with you.
How do you know?
I'm eager to see if you can live up to his expectations on this mission.
Did he message you in like the 5 seconds since I left the communication?
I can't have anyone disobeying my commands when we get there.
I know who I report to. As long as you don't do anything to betray Cerberus, I'll follow your orders.
I guess that's good enough for now.
I never got a chance to say how much I appreciated what the Lazarus Project did for me.
I just hope it was worth it. A lot of people lost their lives on that station.
We have to work together here. Your attitude isn't helping anything.
I have the utmost respect for your abilities, Shepard. It's your motivations that concern me. I believe in what Cerberus stands for. Only time will tell if you prove to be an asset or a liability to our cause.
Hey, you work for me, alright? So if I give you some feedback, just accept it.
Tell me a little about yourself.
Worried about my qualifications? I can crush a mech with my biotics or shoot its head off at 100 yards. Take your pick.
So that's something that bugs me throughout the rest of the game, is that the description of biotics, and in some of the cutscene, the biotics are so powerful and then in the game, they're actually so weak.
Did you and Jacob serve together in the Alliance?
It's kind of
No,
disappointing.
the Illusive Man recognized my potential and recruited me at a young age.
How old were you?
Old enough to know this is what I wanted.
That's not an answer.
I'd like to know more about the Lazarus Project from the person in charge.
I wasn't in charge. The Illusive Man was. If I was running the show, would have done a few things differently.
Oh yeah?
What would you have changed?
To start, I would have implanted you with some type of control chip.
You
But
monster.
the Illusive Man wouldn't allow it. He was afraid it might affect your personality, alter your character somehow. He wouldn't let us do anything that might limit your potential in any way.
You see what I mean about they're just mad scientists. They're mad scientists with a pro-human agenda.
Can't say I like the idea of being brought back to life with a control chip in my brain.
The Illusive Man is taking an incredible risk with you. I just hope his gamble pays off.
What can you tell me about this colony we're going to?
Freedom's Progress? It's a typical human settlement in the Terminus systems. They had a small military force for protection supplemented by mechs and security drones. Average in almost every way, really. Completely unremarkable. Until the disappearance.
Any thoughts on what we might run into there?
A lot of empty buildings and one giant mystery.
It's fairly accurate.
It's obvious you're not interested in talking.
She's been talking for 5
We've got an
minutes.
assignment. We can talk about it or we can do it.
I mean, she's been talking for several minutes.
I'm glad the Illusive Man convinced you to join us, Commander.
I did not join Cerberus. Those colonists need my help. I'll reserve judgment. So if I say these colonists need my help, I'm kind of accepting that I joined Cerberus, but I didn't.
I just agreed to work with him. I still don't trust him.
Do you trust me, Commander?
I don't know you.
I haven't made up my mind about you yet.
At least you're giving me a chance. Most Alliance soldiers hate Cerberus on principle.
Not on principle. Just based on empirical evidence.
You said you served in the Alliance?
5 years in total. Stationed all over the galaxy. Even spent a couple of years as a Corsair.
I don't care.
Why did you join Cerberus?
I guess I just got tired of never making a difference. So much of what we did in the Alliance seemed pointless. I thought
Really?
things would change after the
Pointless?
attack on the Citadel. Humanity was finally invited to join the Council. But nothing changed. Politics, bureaucracy, same bullshit, different leaders. Cerberus is different. When colonies go missing, we don't commission a team to write a report to figure out what the hell to do about it. We just go and find out.
Do you know anything about this colony we're going to?
It's called Freedom's Progress. Don't know much else. I guess we'll find out when we get there.
That's all for now.
That was useless.
Yes, sir.
Renegade. Alright, before we go, I'm just going to take a quick break. Reload over here. And I'll be back in just a couple minutes. Probably not even a minute. Alright, I'm back. That was more than a minute. I apologize. I hope you enjoyed Shepard's idle animations. Mission complete! Import bonuses, because I imported a Mass Effect 1 playthrough. For importing a rich Mass Effect 1 character, I get another 100,000 credits. You've received the following bonuses for having beaten Mass Effect 2. Like 25% experience on everything, and a bunch of other stuff. Grenade launcher, credits, whatever. I don't know why there's an extra tab there at the bottom for close report when there's also a close report button. And the close report tab doesn't do anything. You need to hire a UI person.